If you're importing a car from Japan to Zambia, you've probably heard someone say, shipping is 24 to 34 days. That's often true for the sea transit, but it's not the full story. Because what most people call shipping time is only the sea trip, not the full timeline from booking to getting your car cleared and delivered after it reaches the port. So in this video, I'll walk you through the full process: booking, Japan port, arrival at Dar es Salaam, clearance, and delivery into Zambia. And I'll explain the few key things that can slow it down so you can plan properly. Let's keep it simple and realistic. Here's what you should realistically plan for. The sea transit itself is often 24 to 34 days on ro-ro, roll-on, roll-off, to the gateway port of Dar es Salaam. But the full timeline from payment confirmed to release and delivery into Zambia is usually around 6 to 9 weeks for most buyers. In a smooth case, it can be closer to 5 to 7 weeks. If timing doesn't line up, like missing a vessel cutoff, a busy port week, or slower inland transport steps, it may push a little longer. The goal is not to worry. The goal is to understand the chain. Step 1 is booking. You confirm the vehicle, your buyer details are finalized, and payment is confirmed. Then the vehicle is booked onto the next available ro-ro sailing, which typically departs weekly. At this stage, the main thing that keeps everything smooth is having correct consignee details and complete contact information from the start. Because if details need to be corrected, it can affect booking timing. Step 2 happens in Japan. For Zambia, vehicles must pass a mandatory pre-shipment inspection by JEVIC. This inspection is required before export, and it's an important part of doing it properly. At the same time, export paperwork is prepared, and the car is moved to the shipping yard ready for port processing. Most of the time, this stage moves normally. But if inspection scheduling is tight or documents need a correction, it can add a few days. Step 3 is the port stage in Japan. The car reaches the port yard and waits for its vessel. If it arrives before the cutoff and the vessel has space, it gets loaded on the planned sailing. If it arrives close to cutoff or if space is limited, it may roll to the next sailing. That's one of the most common timing shifts in the entire process. So when people feel like shipping paused, it's often just scheduling and cutoff timing, not a real problem. Step 4 is the sea journey. Ro-ro from Japan to Dar es Salaam is typically 24 to 34 days. Zambia shipments commonly route through Dar es Salaam because it's the main gateway port, and then the vehicle moves inland after release. Exact timing depends on the vessel route and port rotation, and sometimes weather can influence arrival windows. So think of it as a realistic range, not a fixed date. Step 5 begins when the ship reaches Dar es Salaam. Even after arrival, your car must be discharged into the port yard. In normal flow, this is straightforward. But during high volume periods, ships may wait for a berth or discharge can take longer, and that can add a few days before clearance steps fully move. Step 6 is clearance, and this is where good preparation makes the biggest difference. After arrival, you can use your own clearing agent, or if you prefer, we can refer you to a trusted agent to assist with the process. The most professional approach is simple. Your agent should be ready early with documents organized before the vessel arrives. When clearance feels slow, it's usually because of missing paperwork, mismatched document details, or port payments and release steps starting late. When everything is ready, release is typically smooth. After clearance, the vehicle is released, and then it moves towards Zambia. Some buyers arrange their own inland transport from Dar es Salaam, and some prefer a handled process where transport is coordinated to the border or final destination. Delivery timing depends on your final destination in Zambia, transporter scheduling, and border processing timing at crossing points like Tuluma na Konde. The good news is Zambia has no age limit for imports, so your choice is unlimited. But choosing a good vehicle with proper export documents early helps keep this final transit stage quick and smooth. So here's the simple breakdown. Sea time is usually 24 to 34 days, but the real timeline is the full chain: booking, JVIC inspection, export docs, port cutoff, vessel loading, sea transit, discharge, clearance, then delivery into Zambia. That's why a realistic plan is usually around 6 to 9 weeks from payment confirmed to delivery, not just 1 month. If you want the process to be simple and properly guided, the smartest move is to buy through a system built for Zambia from day one. At Carbarn Zambia, vehicles are listed for Zambia import with clear shipping methods, inspection requirements, and the main arrival port route through Dar es Salaam. You can browse available stock and start your order directly on the website. Visit carbarn.co.zm, carbarn.co.zw. And if you want help with clearing, you can use your own agent or ask us to connect you with a trusted one. Carbarn Zambia, simple, transparent, fully guided from Japan to your port and into Zambia.